11 herbs and spices, a recipe so secret it's split between two companies who never know what the other makes, and a pressure fryer that changed fast food forever. But here's what KFC doesn't want you to know. That finger-lickin' good chicken starts its journey in massive industrial facilities processing 2 million birds weekly, using methods the Colonel never could have imagined. Welcome to Process Nest. Today we're taking you from the farm to the red bucket, revealing how a gas station cook's 1930s experiment became a global empire worth $27 billion. You'll witness pressure frying that locks in flavor using steam and science, and discover why they deliberately split the secret recipe production between rival companies. From 30-minute skillet cooking to 10-minute pressure perfection, this is the story of how Colonel Sanders accidentally revolutionized the way the world eats chicken. Imagine 1930, Corbin, Kentucky. The scent of motor oil mingles with frying chicken as Harlan Sanders works over a cast-iron skillet in his Shell gas station's back room. The sizzling sound of chicken hitting hot oil fills the cramped space, but Sanders faces a crisis. Each batch takes 30 agonizing minutes to cook. Frustrated travelers tap their fingers, watching time tick away. Many simply drive off, unable to wait. Sanders can hear the rumble of departing cars, each representing lost revenue and a growing business problem. The breakthrough comes when Sanders spots a pressure cooker demonstration. The idea hits him like lightning: trap the steam and heat to cook faster. Working late into the night, he modifies a basic pressure cooker, experimenting until he discovers something remarkable. The modified cooker cuts cooking time from 30 minutes to just 10, but more importantly, creates an entirely new texture. Pressurized steam penetrates deep into meat while keeping the outside impossibly crispy. Veteran line cook Maria Rodriguez, with 18 years in KFC kitchens, describes the difference. You can hear it when you bite pressure-fried chicken, that distinctive crack of coating, then burst of steam from juicy meat inside. Sanders' innovation doesn't just speed service, it accidentally creates the cooking method that will feed billions. But fast cooking alone isn't enough. Behind his gas station, Sanders hunches over dozens of spice jars, measuring combinations with chemist-like precision. The air thickens with aromatic clouds of paprika, thyme, and black pepper as he tests batch after batch, recording every ratio in careful handwriting. After countless experiments, Sanders achieves his masterpiece: 11 herbs and spices blended in precise proportions, creating layers of flavor impossible to replicate. The formula becomes more valuable than gold, locked in a vault few will ever see. Today, that recipe remains one of corporate America's most protected secrets. KFC security specialist David Chen has safeguarded the formula for 14 years and can count on one hand those who know the complete recipe. The Louisville vault has more security than most banks, he explains. Biometric scanners, time-locked safes, and armed guards protect a piece of paper worth billions. The real genius lies in production security. KFC deliberately splits spice manufacturing between McCormick and Griffith Laboratories, competing companies that never communicate. Each produces only half the secret blend, creating incomplete mixtures useless alone. Quality control manager Susan Park has overseen this split production for 12 years. Neither facility knows what the other makes. We ship partial blends to a third location for final combining. Even infiltrating one company would only yield half a recipe. This elaborate security dance happens weekly, with armored trucks carrying sealed containers like nuclear materials. The paranoia seems extreme until you realize this herb and spice blend generates over $27 billion annually. The journey begins in climate-controlled barns across rural America, where constant ventilation hums mix with soft clucking of 30,000 broiler chickens. These aren't ordinary backyard birds. They're specially bred meat machines, reaching 6 to 7 pounds in just 42 days. Poultry specialist Jennifer Walsh has managed these operations for 16 years. walking between automated feeding systems, dispensing corn and soy mixtures with mechanical precision. "You can feel the energy in these barns," she explains, breath visible in the controlled 70-degree environment. Everything from airflow to lighting optimizes healthy, rapid growth. When chickens reach processing weight, harvesting happens under darkness using gentle mechanical systems. Veteran worker Carlos Rodriguez operates these with surprising tenderness. "Darkness keeps them calm," he says, guiding birds into ventilated transport crates. "Stressed chickens produce tough meat, so we handle them like precious cargo." Refrigerated trucks rumble toward processing facilities that dwarf most manufacturing plants. The Arkansas Tyson facility processes 250,000 birds daily, a staggering number that becomes real when you hear the mechanical symphony of cutting blades, conveyor systems, and air-chilling units working in perfect synchronization. Processing supervisor Linda Martinez has witnessed this industrial choreography for 21 years. She identifies problems just by listening to machinery rhythm. "Each machine has its own sound signature," she explains over the mechanical din. "When frequency changes even slightly, I know something needs attention." Step inside the KFC test kitchen in Louisville, and you're immediately hit by the intoxicating aroma of the Colonel's secret blend, a smell so distinctive that veteran employees claim they can identify it blindfolded. The air itself seems seasoned, carrying notes of herbs and spices that have been refined over 9 decades. Master trainer Robert Kim has taught the Colonel's original techniques to thousands of employees over his 24-year career. His hands move with practiced precision as he demonstrates the coding process that defines KFC worldwide. "Every movement has purpose," he explains, measuring flour with scientific accuracy. The Colonel didn't just create a recipe, he engineered a system. The breading begins with careful measurement, all-purpose flour mixed with salt, dried milk powder, and egg powder. Then the precious secret seasoning that arrives in sealed containers from the secure blending facility. Kim hand-folds the mixture exactly 20 times, a technique unchanged since Sanders perfected it in the 1940s. "You can feel when it's right," says line cook Amanda Foster, who has mastered the 7-scoop coating method that creates KFC's signature bumpy texture. Her movements flow like a dancer as she lifts and folds each piece, working seasoned flour into every crevice. Too aggressive and you'll knock off the coating. Too gentle and it won't stick properly. The water bath comes first. Cold, clean water that helps the flour adhere evenly. Foster shakes the basket exactly 7 times, listening to the distinct sound of water draining while maintaining optimal moisture for coating adhesion. "You can hear when it's ready," she explains. The water stops dripping, and the chicken makes a different sound against the metal basket. Next comes the moment that determines texture. 7 precise scoops of seasoned flour, followed by 7 lifting and folding motions. This creates the bumpy, rustic coating that makes KFC chicken instantly recognizable. Finally, 7 more shakes in a rocker basket remove excess flour while preserving the coating's structural integrity. This seemingly simple process requires months to master, but when executed perfectly, it recreates the exact texture and flavor that made Sanders famous at his Kentucky gas station. The modern pressure fryer represents nearly a century of engineering evolution, but it operates on the same principle Sanders discovered in 1930. Veteran fry cook Miguel Santos has operated these units for 19 years, and he swears he can determine doneness just by listening to the subtle changes in pressure and steam circulation. The Colonel's genius wasn't just speed, Santos explains, arranging coated chicken pieces on perforated metal racks. Pressure frying creates a completely different texture than regular frying. The steam penetrates the meat while the oil crisps the coating. You can't achieve that any other way. The transformation begins when chicken enters oil preheated to exactly 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Santos secures the pressure-tight lid with multiple safety locks, and the real magic starts. As the sealed chamber heats, pressure builds to 15 psi while steam generated from the chicken's natural moisture circulates throughout the cooking environment. The sound is distinctive, a gentle hissing that experienced cooks use to monitor progress. You learn to read the fryer like a musician reads sheet music, Santos explains. The pressure changes pitch as moisture evaporates, and you can actually hear when the chicken is perfectly done. The 10-minute cooking cycle accomplishes what traditional frying requires 25 minutes to achieve. When the timer expires and pressure releases, what emerges is golden brown chicken with the crispy coating and juicy interior that built KFC's reputation. Temperature control specialist Diana Chen monitors every batch with infrared thermometers, ensuring internal temperatures reach exactly 165 degrees Fahrenheit for food safety while maintaining the moisture that makes KFC distinctive. Pressure frying is forgiving, she explains. The steam keeps meat moist even if timing isn't perfect, but we never rely on that. Precision is everything. From the fryer, chicken goes immediately into heated holding units that maintain serving temperature while circulating steam to prevent drying. These units can preserve optimal quality for 90 minutes, though Chen notes that fresh is always better. You can taste the difference between chicken held for 10 minutes versus 80 minutes. The iconic red and white striped bucket isn't just clever marketing. It's engineered specifically for pressure-fried chicken. Package design engineer Sarah Thompson has spent 8 years perfecting containers that maintain optimal texture during transport, and she explains the science behind the familiar bucket. The paper construction absorbs excess steam that would make coating soggy, she says, handling a bucket like a precision instrument. Meanwhile, the vented lid allows just enough air circulation to prevent condensation while maintaining temperature. It's food packaging elevated to art. Kitchen manager Anthony Davis coordinates the final assembly with orchestrated precision. Hot chicken moves directly from holding units to buckets, minimizing exposure time that could affect quality. His trained eye ensures every bucket contains the variety customers expect, the perfect mix of wings, breasts, thighs, and drumsticks that creates KFC's signature presentation. People don't realize how much science goes into that bucket, Davis explains. Temperature gradients, steam management, visual appeal, every element serves a purpose that traces back to the Colonel's original vision. The journey from farm to bucket represents industrial precision worthy of aerospace engineering. Yet it all serves to recreate the simple pleasure Sanders discovered in his gas station kitchen. Perfectly cooked chicken that's crispy outside and juicy inside. Quality assurance manager Patricia Lee oversees the final inspection, her experienced hands checking temperature, texture, and appearance with standards that would impress laboratory technicians. After 23 years in KFC kitchens, she can spot imperfections invisible to most people. Every piece represents the Colonel's legacy, she says. We're not just serving chicken. We're delivering a promise that's been kept for over 90 years. From Sanders' first modified pressure cooker to global empire serving millions daily, KFC proves that revolutionary innovation often comes from solving simple problems. The Colonel wanted to serve great chicken faster. He accidentally created the template for modern fast food, changing how the world eats and establishing pressure frying as the gold standard for chicken preparation. From a desperate gas station experiment to a global empire worth billions, Colonel Sanders' pressure frying breakthrough didn't just create KFC, it revolutionized how the world thinks about fast food. The 11 herbs and spices remain locked away, but now you know the industrial precision and human expertise that brings the Colonel's vision to life millions of times daily. What other fast food secrets would you like us to uncover? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. We're always hunting for the next manufacturing mystery to solve. Subscribe to Process Nest for more incredible stories behind the products that change the world. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest industrial investigations. This is Process Nest, where everyday meals reveal extraordinary engineering. Until next time, keep questioning what you think you know.